Hey, let's talk about Lizzo real quick. Let's talk about Lizzo. You guys know what happened with Lizzo. She forced her dancers to eat a banana out of a hooker's vagina. And is it righteous? Of course not. So I'm leaving with some people from the set, just like 2 older black women. I'm leaving with them, or I'm just chatting with them in between takes or whatever. And she goes, "Can you believe what happened with Lizzo?" And I'm like, "Yeah, apparently she forced them to whatever, right?" And it's a kid's show, so we can't go into the details. But we're basically trying to, we're like, yeah, she made her dancers eat a banana out of a prostitute's vagina because she probably thought that would be cool or whatever it is. It's Lizzo. That's what Lizzo made them. They're claiming that Lizzo said, you have to eat this banana out of this hooker's vagina or else you're not really down with the crew like that. You know what I mean? Like they were doing, because these are Lizzo's backup dancers. And they were all doing a show together, and then they were in Amsterdam, so they went out. They saw some, in Amsterdam, they have a lot of hooker shows. They have like some nice hooker shows that you can watch. They have like a hooker district where you can see them. They model for you in the windows, and then you can just knock on the window and be like, "Hey, how much is it then? Fuck off then. I'm not giving you all that. All 5 me and my mates, 200 quid, and that's it, and that's final. Take it or leave it. Oh, no, I'm not interested then. Forget it." And they walk, and then the girl's like, "No, okay." That's Amsterdam. And they see it. In America, we see that as trash. Amsterdam, they see that as like, we are open-minded about sex. They're so righteous and in love, you could say, or at least according to their own philosophy, they're so high vibration that they can handle sex and prostitution like this. And we can't really. That's kind of the European attitude, actually, is that we are the backward ones. And there's, I think, some truth to that. So anyway, this is the culture. It's wild. They have a show where you eat a banana out of a hooker's vagina. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But to make them do it, the dancers, her backup dancers, said that like Lizzo made us do it. I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't want to do it. But then I felt like I had to do it or I wouldn't be cool with the gang or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, I'm telling these two women bring it up. We're talking about it. They go, "I just don't understand." I'm thinking like we're all going to be like, "Hey, don't force the dancer to eat a banana out of a vagina." And this woman, she goes, "I don't understand. Like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't eat the banana then. You don't have to eat the banana just because she said. Say no, not eating it. She might respect you even more." That's what this woman said. So that's fine. That's her opinion, and she has the right to have that opinion. But it was, again, opposite reactions to everything this week. Opposite reactions. Such a weird week. I did want to tell you. So anyway, that's it's weird. What do you guys think of that? You guys think Lizzo? Because I do feel like it's a combination of things. It's a slippery slope here, okay? And I'll tell you what really happened and how we can save everyone here. Because you know me, we are here to bring the culture. We're here to raise the vibration, right? And that means less fighting, more understanding, more forgiveness, more loving kindness for each other. So I think what I would say is you got a strong personality like Lizzo, right? It's kind of like when I go to a Middle Eastern guy's house and the mom is like, "You eat?" And they're telling you to eat. It's a loving thing. And they'll even jab your ribs and say, "Too skinny, eat." And they're saying, because Middle East, right? They even have, a lot of Middle Eastern people, they even have their eyebrows pointed down. You know in a cartoon when your eyebrows point down, it means you're angry. I feel like a lot of Middle Eastern people, I see that. They have this downward pointed eyebrow. They look angry. The Americans are bombing them and destroying their countries. They're pissed. That's in the back of their head. I got family over there. I got to, these American, they could change the policy and then my family's not going to be able to do this. And then I got to send 10,000, do something, whatever. You know what I mean? Everyone I know from the Middle East and India really, like, just sends money back. You tell white people that, like, yeah, I gotta say, someone's over there, I gotta figure out how to send some money for them. And white people look at you like, send money for what? No, they actually respect. They're like, that's crazy. That's great that you do that. They're like, I would never. I was like, I have some broke ass cousins. I would not give them $1 ever in my life. But these are different situations. These are situations, they're just coming out of extreme poverty. The Americans are bombing them, destroying the country, whatever it is. So you get that aggressive personality, and like you'll eat, right? Like you go to a Middle Eastern guy's house, and the mom's like, eat. Why not? Eat. Hey, eat. Like if they start hitting you like that, you're gonna eat. If you went back after and said, you didn't have my consent, I felt pressured, you made me eat, they're gonna be like, but I love you, I love God. To feed is work of God. I have to feed. Like it'll just be something like, they're not gonna be like, you know what I mean? So Lizzo could be like that. She's an older person and she wants her people to open up and be free and have a good time with her. And maybe she loves eating the banana herself. Right? If she loves eating the banana, she's going to turn around and be like, just eat it. No, you eat it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best banana you ever goddamn tasted. Eat it! She's doing this. If you said, no, I can't, and you ran away, she'd be like, can you believe this? it would be nothing, but you don't know that as a 21-year-old dancer, backup dancer, 25-year-old backup dancer, young dance. A lot of artists, man, they're like, in music, it's like 18. You find out they're like 17, 16, like basketball too. It's very young when you get in the game. So she's saying, come on, eat it, you'll love it. It's the best banana you'll ever have. Like, eat it. Like, what do you hate women? Eat it. Like, she's just saying, she's saying it aggressive. But then they don't know, so then they're going to get scared and eat it. And now after, they're coming out with this, like, yeah, she made us and we don't feel comfortable. But I think it could be a situation like that. After the woman told me, after that black woman told me yesterday, that just in that moment, I realized, yes, there is maybe another side to this. Maybe it's not just me, because the automatic reaction is, you're in charge, you're the boss, you forced a bunch of young girls to eat a banana out of someone's vagina. That is the sin, right? That's the initial reaction. But then when I heard from her, and then I think about it a little more, and I prayed on it a little more, and I spoke to God, and I said, God, who is righteous here? I don't know who is righteous. And then you get a signal when you do any kind of loving kindness meditation or call upon that kind of more loving, accepting energy. It always finds ways to accept everyone. Now, that doesn't mean that you can excuse the behavior, just leave it, who cares? Maybe you got to pay them out. Maybe that woman says, I feel emotional damage, I feel hurt, I feel this. You got to pay for the therapist. If you're making $85 million on that tour and you paid me $150,000 on the tour, let's bump that up to $2-3 million. You made 85. You forced a 20-year-old into eating a banana out of someone's vagina. Just give her the money then, right? I do think that. Believe in that level of justice, but canceling is not righteous. It's like even in the loving kindness philosophy or this kind of non-duality philosophy, what they basically teach is that this life is like it's basically like a university for God, and we're all just God coming down to do like a love university. Like, we're here to practice love and to just be in different situations where we can forget that we have love and then remember that we have it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that's what they teach, that what this life is actually. It's kind of like an emotional university. And a lot of them say that we are in third density right now, egoic density, but we're moving up to the fourth density, which is a more love-based density. We're moving towards that right now. But as we move towards it, that is because that's what this is, right? It's a university. But when I say university, we're going from third density to fourth density, right? So when I say university, I'm saying that because we've all graduated university, so we at least want to be in God's university. But actually what people are saying is that we're just in grade 3 in God's university. You might think you're a grown-up. You made money, you have an MBA and a master's and a business, the PhD, whatever. That's all that you did, that's inside of grade 3, God's grade 3. So remember when you were actually in grade 3, they gave you little certificates, little awards. In the loving kindness thing, they would say, yes, you were pretending what grade 3 was. That wasn't actually grade 3. That was all within grade 3, God's grade 3. All within that, you go through kindergarten, public school, you go through different life experience, whatever, and that's all part of God's grade 3. And we're just in grade 3 right now. And so why do I bring it all up? The reason I bring it up is to say canceling is wrong, because if you think back to grade 3, if someone was being a jerk, the teacher never said, okay, just everyone stop talking to this guy, he's an asshole. They're not going to do that. It's unacceptable. We all know it's bad teaching. It's wrong to teach that. And we're not supposed to teach that to the community, right? Can you imagine if there's a grade 3, if there's a kindergarten class and they're all playing and one guy's like a bit of a jerk and then the teacher started bullying the kid too. And they're like, no, this guy's a jerk. This guy's a jerk. Everyone stop talking to him. Billy's a dum-dum and a dum-dum jerk. And everyone stop talking to him. Billy, go stand in the corner by yourself. No, you're not allowed to play with anything because I hate you because you suck. Well, you should have been a loser then, Billy. I hope your dad comes and takes you and never brings you back. So I don't have to look at your dumb face, Billy. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I'm going to get you kicked out, Billy, you loser. You're ruining everyone else's time. Yeah, I'm going to talk to your dad. I'm going to say, you're such a bad kid and you're terrible and I want you out of the school and all the kids want you out of the school. Don't you all want him out of the school? Because he's a big poo-poo head jerk, right? Yeah, you're a big poo-poo head jerk, so you need to get out of the school now. I'm going to call your parents. I'm going to call the principal. I'm going to tell your parents, I don't like you. It's not what we do. It's not righteous. I mean, look at the scale. We got the numbers right here. So what Lizzo did, she's being too aggressive. That's not righteous. But then also for these guys to say, you're canceled now, it's also not righteous. Sorry, that's the system. That's the loving kindness system. You know what I mean? It's not me. Don't get mad at me. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people want to cancel you because you don't want to cancel someone. Hey, I'm just a messenger of God here. Okay, I'm just letting you know this is what the Buddha says, and this is the system we're supposed to be running here, not some kind of punitive system. It's a love university. And we got to pull him out of that kind of negative thinking. But what do you guys think? Billy, you hurt Denny's feelings, and he has the right not to play with you right now. Maybe try again later. That's good. Yeah. ShareCore obviously knows. ShareCore, are you a single mom? Sorry to single you. Sorry to single you out. You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. But if there's any single moms in the audience, let me know. And, send this episode to the single moms. You know what I mean? Because I want to get a better sense from I got to get a bigger sample size here. I told you the story. I mean, one single mom saying, ew. The other single mom saying, what are you doing with your life? You're an idiot. You know what I mean? I'm getting two really bad reads on this. And I want to know, I need to get a better read from more single moms. So if you can send this episode to single moms, tell them to just watch the first 5 minutes on the t-shirt. They'll get it. They can let me know. And then they can put in the comments. Let us know. What are we supposed to think? What are we supposed to think, right? So thanks for coming, everyone. We got ShareCore, dang, just in consciousness with that ranch. Says Lizzie equals not righteous on many levels. Lizzo, you mean Lizzo? Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one level that she is righteous on. It is the music, brother. It's the music is tight on Lizzo. Let's not deny that. That is an important thing to say here. She's incredible. Honestly, like her tracks rip, dude. They rip on the most important metric of righteousness. She has the highest, and that's an issue, isn't it? That's an issue, I guess. I guess I could say that about Bill Cosby too. Not that I ever liked Bill Cosby's TV show. I thought he was a bit of a goody two-shoes. Weird. I didn't like it. Wow, this is becoming like a Lizzo defense. This is becoming like a Lizzo defense episode. There are a lot of people in the culture that have been attacking Lizzo for years. A lot of men in the black manosphere have been attacking Lizzo, saying that she's fat and she's a bad influence and she's teaching the wrong thing. There's a lot of conservatives attacking her. Let's not forget the stress that causes. People, we're doing a full analysis here. Alessandro Novelli. It says hi from Italy. Wow, this guy's in Italy right now. That's amazing. Whoo, Lord. Whoo, Lord. Just talking about that Lizzo. How great she is. She is so talented, though. She is very talented and so fun. And, if she was really mean to them and aggressive, she will get what she deserves. But, like I said before, canceling, it's not what we do. We can tell Billy, as ShareCore put, we can tell Billy, hey, you hurt Denny's, you hurt some people's feelings. You got to take a time out. You got to get it. We have to give you a little punishment so you remember. Maybe you have to write a little letter to them saying, I'm sorry I did it. I won't do it again. Do your letter, do your this, do your that. And while we're at it, I think a lot of conservatives have gone too far with Lizzo in the fat shaming department. You know who I'm talking about. A lot of people have fat shamed her. A lot of negativity comes towards her from the red pill community, from the manosphere community, that she's too fat and she's doing this and that. And I support her. Just because she said that, being fat is equally healthy as being skinny. Is it scientifically true? No, but she's trying to make a social point. So anyway, that's it. Dank says always criticize bad behavior. Most black men are conservative! Exclamation. Dank, are you a black man? Is that why you put the exclamation with so much enthusiasm? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, a lot of black men are conservative. It is weird. It is weird because it does feel a little bit like, the left is trying to do certain things with reparations, with with very important black issues and very important post-colonial era issues. The left does want to recognize bad things that have been done, wants to get retribution for it, wants to get compensation maybe even for it, but also get the healing, correct it, make sure we don't continue doing it forward. The left seems to be very positive about that. And then, there are a lot of Indian and black men who are like, this is communist, this is feminist garbage, we don't believe in this, I'm a conservative. And it is a little bit of a good, I don't know. It kind of reminds me of that brown guy who goes on Fox News, and they just hire him to talk shit about Muslims. You know what I'm talking about? Dinesh D'Souza? They just hire him to talk shit about Muslims. That's all he does. That's all he does on the channel. For a while, right? And that's a big affirmative action. And nobody talks about that affirmative action. Where if I'm gay or brown or black and I start talking and I start going against the liberal people and I start saying I'm a conservative, whatever, these Fox News idiots, they want to get, oh, look, one of their people is even saying. That's what they want. They love to get a brown guy and be like, look, one of their people is even saying. That's why in Canada, if you do any politics in Canada, you have to have a guy wearing a turban behind you. You have to have a guy wearing a turban behind you in Canadian politics. You can't just be a Canadian politician. You think you can't, the bills you got to pass, the things you got to do. If there's not a guy wearing a turban behind you, you need two guys and maybe a woman in a hijab. And then you can get it all done. And we're even doing it right here. Look at this guy. Okay. Good. It's just to say, hey, we support the community. But I'm always surprised by that. How many black men and Indian men are hard conservative. Hurt, I think. Hurt inside, and they don't understand. You know, it's like I was telling you guys last week. I saw this woman downtown. She owns a restaurant. Powerful woman, strong woman. 20 minutes we have a conversation. It was like a 3-hour talk on how she's like super Jewish. All problems in the world are from men who didn't get enough love when they were children. Do you understand that? That's why we have the militaries. That's why we have the Hitlers. That's why we have this. That's why we have this. Men who didn't get enough love when they were children. That's where all the problems come from. I think you could also say that it is women who don't get love as, maybe everyone who doesn't get love as children are basically traumatized. The trauma comes out as these trauma responses. So technically, she is 100% correct on that. That is fully in keeping with our righteousness scale. Basically, childhood traumas, which is basically traumas are delivered to you in the form of like not being loved enough. Those traumas fester and fester in ignorance and darkness. And then when you grow up, they become your issues, your traumas. That's the reason why you got to defeat your enemies and destroy everything and take over the whole planet. That's what happens. I think there's truth to it. I think women are doing it too now. Is it men only? I think women are doing it too now. But I think there's a lot of truth to it. But the beauty of her is that after she has this whole conversation, it was just a full men bashing, but loving me, men bashing conversation. And then I was telling her I have to go to another show or whatever. And she goes, "Oh, you have another show? Oh, look at you. You're working hard. That's really good. You did one here. You're going to go there and do a show. Oh my God, you're working so... Okay, come on, give me a hug." And I stand up to give her a hug. And she goes, "Oh my God, look at that big hairy chest." And then she hugged me, you know? So she actually does have a balanced view. You know what I mean? On the one hand, she's saying the men cause all the problems, but then she did say, "Wow, look at that big hairy chest. Give me a hug." And the moral of the story is, you are loved because you are loved. Such is the nature of loving kindness. Okay? So now that I've done my karmas, make sure you do your karmas. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and sign up for meditation. Ascension is upon us, foolish. Sign up for meditation immediately. Ha! Am I still here?